Hey, what's up, YouTube? My name is Josh. This is a little bit of a deviation from my normal content, but I just got this J&H Lifestyles Joyous Flex two-person sauna a couple weeks ago. Been using it every morning since then. I'm going to give you a full review sitting in it right now, but this is the first infrared sauna I've ever used, so I can't give you a totally great comparison. I used to have one of those portable steam saunas, and that thing worked okay, but it kind of finally crapped out and was getting kind of nasty inside. But so far, I'm pretty happy with this for like a budget, $1,600. I got it for $1,600, including tax and shipping from the J&H Lifestyles official eBay vendor. So from J&H Lifestyles direct, basically. So the price really wasn't too bad for. There are other things comparable, but they looked like sketchier options to me. But yeah, I'll show you the whole sauna. But I just wanted to say, yeah, it wasn't too bad to set up. It was hard to open the crate a little bit. Took a couple hours. To be honest, my roommate helped, but nothing was damaged. Everything seems to be working perfectly. I'll talk at the end about how I use it, how long I stay in there and stuff. But yeah, there was a couple confusing issues. It wasn't really too bad of a setup. Everything kind of clicks together. It's heavy, but you take it down. I took it down here. It's in my basement piece by piece. And yeah, so putting it together, the door needed a little bit of alignment. The glass door didn't shut perfectly with the weather stripping, but we were able to get that straightened out. Nice thing about this, and obviously I'm not a doctor, but I am passionate. I think saunas are really healthy, and I like the way they feel. But since it only uses 1750 watts, you don't have to make you can just put it on an outlet as long as there's no other appliances plugged in. I didn't have that luxury. I only have like one outlet here in my basement, so my roommate was able to put up another outlet, but everything's working good. Let's take a look at this thing. So far, it's only been me using it alone, so I can't say, but it seems like two people would fit in there pretty easily. The wood quality looked decent. Like I said, the glass door needed a little bit of adjustment, but I'm always going to sit on towel. I'm always going to put my feet on a towel, but just to give you an idea, the weather stripping and stuff is all good. It's got 7 of these heaters, 2 on the back, 2 on each side, and then 1 under the bench. And my one complaint, I'm not going to get too much into the science of infrared, and the control panel is up here in the back left corner. Hold that button 3 seconds. Took me a minute to realize that. And the way it turns on right to max temp, 140 degrees for 60 minutes, that's where I just leave it to make it easier. I don't have to push a whole lot of buttons. I just hold it down and turn it on. But yeah, my one complaint is my feet take a little while to warm up. There's no heaters like directly on the floor, and most of the heat from these ones, like the lower one on the side and the one below the bench, is just not, the heat's not super strong. In the corners where these 2 panels are kind of close to each other in the corner, that is probably the warmest spot. So when it's just me, sometimes I sit on the right side, then I go to the left side or the middle, depending on what I'm feeling like. But it's pretty comfortable and spacious for one person. I mean, it might be a little tight with 2, but it's almost 4 feet wide, so it's not too bad. Yeah, I used it this morning, enjoying it. Yeah, the wood and everything was good. No chips or weird things like that. So yeah, pretty happy. And I guess there's like, none of these heaters get super duper hot, but they do work. I guess I'll talk a little bit how I've been using it and that way. So I'm still experimenting. Only had this a couple weeks with duration and warm-up time. But basically, I let it warm up. I turn it on, put my towels in here, my water, and let it warm up for 10 minutes. That gets it. I don't think it's max temperature at that point, but it's getting there. It's definitely warm. You get in. And basically just stay warm. I don't really start sweating till like 15 or 20 minutes, which it seems normal for these like 140 degrees infrared saunas, far infrared. And yeah, so 10 minutes, I get in here. I don't really sweat for about 20 minutes. Then 20 to 30 minutes, I'm getting pretty sweaty. And then I stay 40 minutes total. So the last 10 minutes, I'm just like sweat running down my back and my legs and everything. So I do get nice and sweaty. It does take a little bit longer than the portable steam sauna I had previously, this one person. That thing was a little claustrophobic. This is much nicer. That steam one was like 200 something. This is 1600. Plus, you know, help through my roommates a little bit of money. But J&H Lifestyle seems like a good company. I did call them, had a question about the shipping. They gave me a weird tracking number I couldn't use, but the shipping was all legit. And the crate it came in was like 1/4-inch plywood. I was able to give that away on Facebook Marketplace pretty easily. And yeah, pretty happy. I'm definitely been using that steam sauna for 3 years, like every other day, but I'm trying it every day with this. It's a little bit milder, you know. It's definitely a different heat. I do like that it's not as ridiculously hot in the air, but you're still getting a nice like deep heat. It's pretty nice. So overall, very happy. There's definitely a lot of other options. I called a local company that sells and installs saunas, and I was like, well, what's your base model, like single person infrared sauna? And it was $6,800, and plus $600 for installation if you wanted them to install it. So that just didn't seem, and it didn't seem worth that. I'd never tried an infrared sauna, but this thing's working pretty well. I'm looking forward to trying it with a friend. But at that, yeah. But I heard it works even better when you're with 2 people in here. But like I said, the corners are the hottest, so yeah, you do have a little bit of control. I wish there's a little more heat on my feet. I just have cold feet naturally sometimes, so. But there are like ways. I usually like cross my legs, put my foot pretty close to the heater or something. And I change positions in here. Apparently they make wooden backrests, but I don't really know how that works. If it like blocks the heater a bit, or I don't know. But I'm considering it, but I don't really find I need one. But some people might. But yeah, super happy with this. For a budget model, I think most people are, you know, somewhat on a budget. So, but it's an investment in your health. Hopefully it lasts a long time and is worth it. But yeah, everything's solid. I mean, there's definitely other, I don't use the light. I don't do the infrared or the chromotherapy or whatever. Or I don't use the Bluetooth speakers. I guess you could, but I just have a Google Nest smart speaker outside the sauna, so I can actually hear it. Things are a little muffled in here, but I just turn it up a little bit. It's in the basement, so then I can just voice control that. I guess you can sort of bring, I was considering bringing an old crappy cell phone, but it's kind of nice to take a break from the phone. You know what I mean? So anyway, thanks everybody. Feel free to subscribe. I don't really talk about I talk about hemp and stuff lately. So if you want to see hemp content, THCA hemp content, adult content, check my other videos. But if not, thanks, and I'll see you soon. Peace.